Hi, we are back. Previous episode, I believe I was actually leveling all of my characters, and I did mention, taking some time to do part of the periods offline, mostly because when I looked at the time, it takes me roughly maybe 2 periods, like basically 2 rounds of dungeons per hour. Um, and obviously, oh my goodness, not my voice cracking. I'm sorry. It is early morning for me. So, yeah, that's that. But basically, it is, 2 dungeons and I can rumble, no problem. But, if I can save a little bit of time and optimize things to not have 25 parts, that could be good. So I did that. I actually sent Janice before I saved this, like at this point in time. Mostly because Janice was already pretty much ready to go, and also because there's only 1 period left. So what I'll do, I took Lawfer this time. I'm not sure how it will go, but yeah, he will be part of my team for the remaining time. Obviously, I did use some of the capacity point that he got. I maxed everything, so now his hero value is pretty much ready. Now I did level up like the basic stuff. I will try to keep the capacity point until I get the list for next round to see what Freya wants. That way I can optimize kind of like the basic skill, like the minimum skill required, and then eventually, work on the remaining skills that would be necessary, if that makes sense. And if it didn't, well, I'm sorry. What else can I say? But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Things are, still pretty calm. By the time I recorded this episode, I actually had a return for my contract. So I will have an interview with HR, finally. And okay, I should have done the Lawfer's special attack. Well, it's fine. He's so weak. Oh my goodness gracious. His spear, though, is not a strong one because a lot of the spears that he has is like break. And this one is basically the one that gives like 10 more CP per level, so that's always welcome. But yeah, so I do have an interview with HR upcoming. Now because I was kind of like in a pinch for the next contract because I really do need one. Because cash is not growing on trees. Apparently. I mean, that was highly sarcastic. But yeah, so I did say, hey, by the way, I really need, a contract because stuff like the situation is hard right now. And so what I did was to focus. They kind of set me up for an interview, but it's going to be for a nursing home again. I'm not too thrilled about that, to be 100% honest. A job is a job, though, so I'll take it. But I did poke my old team, like my insider sending her a screenshot of of said email, and I was like, I don't know who the person is, but if you can, um, like, if you can just oh, go, let me actually, because I'm paranoid. Oh, sorry, I clicked away, and it's what happened. I'm just slightly paranoid because if you guys heard, let me just lessen that. I'd rather have it barely audible. Not barely audible, but for me, much less in your face. There we go. Because parentheses before I continue. Previous episodes, I explained kind of like the situation with the sound mixing. I did not expect the music to be this freaking loud. So because of that, I don't want that to happen again. And I listened everything. Hopefully it's going to be the case. If not, well, I really need to adjust a lot of things. But yeah, so going back to this, I kind of sent, because basically the HR chick that I'm going to talk to at this point in time is going to be settled for this Monday. They take care of the place that I wanted to work at also. And so hopefully like I'll manage to have someone to be like, hey, by the way, do something. Basically for me it's going to be like, please save me. Actually, divine item, I need to give him a string bangle. But yeah, so I do want to I basically texted her like, tell the boss as soon as she comes in Monday early morning to contact said person. I will definitely try during the interview to, because they were going to ask me like, where do you have experience at, and I can basically just place where I want to go. And try to kind of explain like, yeah, basically like that's actually where I wanted to go. Because I do mean it, like I love that place. And I can I, you know what, I'll raise fight because it's so sad to see Lawfer this week. Okay, there we go. And yeah, like just to kind of explain honestly that that's the place that I want to go, and that, you know, but if it's really not possible, then, you know, I can accommodate and go to the nursing home. But oh, well, my bad. But it's definitely not my first preference. And the place they want to assign me to, like the nursing home, is like still far. It's still, I think, close to an hour away from me. A little bit easier to get there, mostly because I don't have to switch like public transportation mode. Instead of taking like the subway and then take the bus, I just have to take the subway and then I can walk. Which technically speaking would be better for me, but again, it's working at a nursing home. And I do love the elderly folks, but I do miss also doing physiotherapy, and I do miss my old team, so I'm slightly biased when it comes to that. So that's kind of like the good news. Hopefully things will go well. I mean, I've done so many interviews now that I kind of know. It's not necessarily that I know the question, is that I'm not scared anymore of being myself and just answer the way I would answer. um, which is always respectful, but at the same time, um, knowing what you want. I don't want to give any generic answers of what do you think is your strong point, you know? And one of the questions that I that always makes me laugh. My goodness, what is going on with my... Sorry, I'm going to drink some coffee. Wow. Sorry. My voice usually don't crack like that. But yeah, like most of the time, the question that they would ask would be, what is a part... I had that before. I was like, they were like, what is a part of your job that you hate? It took half a second, and it's funny because I could see they were satisfied with my answer because it's like the most honest answer, and I was like, I hate filling in the stats, and I tell them I know what it's for, I know that it's useful and everything. It's just, listen, I don't like filling them. It takes time, and sometimes it's like it's too long. But I was like, I'm going to do it. I just like filling them. And they laugh because I don't think there's anyone within the public healthcare system that loves doing stats. Like, and what I mean by stats, so basically you enter a platform, or if you're very old school, you fill in some kind of Excel sheets. Depending on the place, the complexity of the stats is going to vary. And what I mean by that is that I've been to places where it's basically like within a day of work, you need to fill in 420 minutes of work time. And it's fairly like straightforward. I've had places basically where I just type in 420 period because they were like, yeah, they're not going to care about that. And there's other places I've been to where it's so complicated, like the list is so long. They basically ask you, how many minutes do you spend? So you have to fill in for individual patients. So you would have one patient in physiotherapy, select the name, and instead of like putting, 1 hour or stuff like that until it adds up to 420, it would be basically how many minutes did you spend reading the files? How many minutes did you spend filing, like charting for his, for the paperwork? How many minutes did you spend talking to a healthcare worker, aka like it could be a nurse or an elderly? It could be also like occupational therapy. And then how many minutes did you spend for the treatments? And I'm like, listen, for me, an hour is an hour. I do not care if I spend 10 minutes in the toilet with the patient because they wanted to go while doing physiotherapy. Like, I'm not going to chart that. I don't care. Like, I'm just doing my job, and I can make it like, and technically speaking, it is the case. Like, if a patient asks to go to the toilet, did I? Okay. Ooh, I was scared that I didn't change the Dragon Slayer last time. Like, if I decide to go to the bathroom with one of my patients because they want to go to the bathroom, it is deemed as functional therapy. So basically functional because it is what they would do on a daily basis versus something that is more specific, aka lifting weights. So I can train someone to do squats, but it's not going to be very functional if it's only like just weight, like deadlifts basically. I mean, I don't do deadlifts in physiotherapy, but just to kind of give you a clearer picture, like doing a deadlift like with the handles and everything, or like kettlebell or whatever, is not very functional. However, if I ask you lift a crate and then move around with it as if you would do your work, day-to-day work, that is deemed functional. Even though the exercise is still the same, technically speaking, um, like the mindset is kind of different. And so exercises that are very functional for physiotherapy patients, especially in post operative care, would be sit to stand. So I would ask the person to go from sitting to standing and do it several times. The muscles required to do that exercise then be activated, and that is a functional exercise because it's not a squat, it's not like a bench, like not bench press, but a leg press, but it's just like we put it into a situation that makes it functional because it's something that you will do on a daily basis, a little bit like going up and down the stairs versus doing specific like exercise for a hip flexor, a knee extension, all that jazz. Um, and if that sounds too technical, I'm sorry. It's just that it's part of my job. But for the charting, for the stats thing, I don't care. Like I'm here to do my job, and ultimately speaking, like my goal is to the best of my ability to allow those patients to basically go back home. That's my goal. I want them to go home. Because obviously a lot of my patients are Jesus. Okay. A lot of my patients are like like on the older side of the spectrum. And it's, I mean, I personally don't mind. Oh, not the lag. Wow, what was that? I'm terribly sorry, friends. But yeah, so like my goal is basically to send them home. And for that to happen, then I'm going to do like whatever it takes to bring them back home. Because otherwise, like if it doesn't happen, usually it's I have to relocate them to either a private nursing home, or it could be like for autonomous, semi-autonomous folks. So basically, people that can take care of themselves to some extent, but still need a little bit of help. Most of the time, it's with medication. Because they can't either open the jar or forget that they have to take medication, but they can still move around. They can still feel the need to go to the toilet and go to the toilet by themselves. It could be that. It could be like some help with for getting dressed. So there's like a lot of different criterias. But basically, like for me, that's my goal. Like the end goal is to do that, to not relocate them to the best of our abilities. Unfortunately, as all of you may guess, God, Loffer, your reach is actually terrible. I think Loffer would be better with someone who can actually, unless I do, okay, I take my time with Loffer, and I do Valkyrie, like as she slides behind to kind of push the enemy towards Loffer. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, sorry, my mind went somewhere. But yeah, like all of that is still tech power. Because listen, okay. All of that is still like pretty. I think there's anything there. Yeah, there's none. That's kind of like my goal in physiotherapy. So filling in numbers and how many minutes I spend writing my files is not important. Oh, not me falling for the same thing again. See? P-brain right there. Really? Wow. That's a damn tragedy. Okay. Okay. Please. And it's going to stop and turn around. It's going to stop and turn around. Please. Valkyrie, oh my god. Okay, Jalanda definitely going to drop a heal next turn. So we're going to wait while this bastard gets there. But yeah, like, it's part of the question that they asked during the interview that always makes me laugh because no, there's no way. There's no way. Valkyrie, I swear. Just, oh my god. Okay, that is dumb as hell. Yeah, I guess I have to wait for a little bit longer. I hate this place. Like, those statues are like the worst. I freaking hate them. Wait a little bit longer. Oh my goodness. Do not. Please. There we go. I don't care. I should have done that. Well, I guess we learn. But yeah, I guess it's kind of like the different mindset. I know that HR are very fond of stats because to them it kind of shows. Basically it shows how well the resources are used, if that makes sense. But at the same time, how can I say that? My main criticism about stats is really because, oh, he drags them. Okay, sorry. I just noticed like tiny things that I forgot. Like my main criticism about that is that it can push people to actually lie about their stats. Because during a day of work, even though you're overworked, like if you were to fill in your stats truthfully, you will probably show that, you know, you can't do all of your work within a day, or that basically you sacrifice your lunch time or your break time, which is often the case, to do things that are not related to like not related. No, it's not that it's not related, but basically that you didn't take your break. And now there's a lot of criticism like from people, but they basically said, well, you should take it. And I'm like, sometimes you can't. But they're like, well, it's your right from a union point of view and blah blah blah. But I'm like, I don't think you understand that there's times where it's physically not possible to do so. And because of that, it pushes people to basically sometimes, and I know that the nursing staff is always like that, to kind of like undershoot their stats. So they're going to make it appear like they did everything in 420 minutes, so 7 hours per day, when actually they didn't. If that makes sense. And obviously, if you lie in your stats, like HR is not going to see that you need help. And to me, like, I'm like, that's kind of stupid. Because if you actually fill in and say that you overworked and you know, that you spent, I don't know, like 30 minutes more every day to do your work at some point in time, and I know that it actually happens, you're going to get meet by HR, and basically HR is going to tell you, well, you should do more time management. Like, how come you can't do all of that within your time? And they're basically going to tell you like how you're supposed to do your work to optimize shit. And I'm like, I personally, I cannot like stand that, because most of the time they don't freaking know the reality of what it is to be on the field. And I'm like, well, what stats does what exactly? I cannot with Lothar. I cannot. He's still, like, to me, even back in the days, like, I always found him pretty hard to use. And he's still hard to use. But yeah, like, I never understood that part. And I never agreed with it. But I know that it's necessary for HR, so I'll do it, but they know that I'm not fond of this, you know. And I don't hide it. But at the same time, like, if someone comes to me and is like, oh man, I love filling in stats, I'm like, you're in the wrong department. Go to HR. Do that. But don't be a therapist. I think the only moment therapists actually love stats is when they do research. This is always good to have, like, numbers in front of you. Still pretty interesting. There's actually some research paper that I need to read. Oh goodness. Okay, we're almost done with this chapter. Like, I finished this room, then I'm done with this dungeon. Janice was already sent. And then we're going to start the next phase. Like, probably what I'll do for this episode would be to go through. So I'm having the list of people that we need to recruit. Hopefully we'll get, like, at least one storyline. And then there's, like, some dungeons that are available. One of them is not available on normal mode that I'm playing right now. Only on the hard mode. But I don't care, so. Lothar, I swear. I'm so sorry, Lothar. I can't use you properly. It makes me cringe every time. Unless I send him first. His range is kind of wild. Ooh, okay. Let me see, chapter 4. I have this character that is supposed to, like, show up, so that's good. Oh, and it's just, okay. Yeah, some story time is going to happen. Oh my goodness gracious. He misses all the time. And then there's... Oh, okay. Please. Your condition? Yes, excellent. No healing? For our boy? No? Okay, well, that's kind of tragic. Okay, there's not a whole lot. So there's, like, 2 dungeons and 2 characters. Well, 3 dungeons, technically speaking. Okay. So that could be pretty filling. I just look at the time. Okay, so we're close to 30 minutes in ish. So I have 30 minutes, so I can do, like, probably 1 storyline or 2. Let's see. Oh, I'm actually an idiot. It was right there. I did not look. I'm so sorry. Wow, okay. Lothar, please. Survive. Here we go. Let's get out. Let's get out of here. Okay. There you go. I still need to plan when I'll be streaming. I'm still quite... not apprehensive. But I'm really looking forward to see where I'll go. Hopefully I'll be able to... my team is going to be able to save me. But yeah, that way I can schedule my things a little bit more. All right. End of this chapter, chapter 3. The goddess Freya has summoned you. This chapter is concluded. Begin sacred phase. Let's go. I want to see how my boy Janice did. Okay. She says the same thing all the time. Asgard war star status. Yeah, we're doing better. It's funny because my island on Animal Crossing is named Aesir, and it's really based on this game. I'm not very original. We're firmly in control. Let's go. I like being firmly in control like this of a war that is not happening. We should know his status. Yes. Okay. Evaluation of desired abilities plus 37, plus 83. Nice job, Janice. Rewarded the rank of, well, that doesn't mean anything. Execution of magic experiment. Inspection of your, oh my god, Yuskrow Plains. Return to Valhalla. Conversation with Loki. Recaptured Fort Satori. Major role in first attack. Find and disable trap. Discover Mysterious Spring. Exploit Recognize. I think Exploit Recognize, I'm going to start with that because that's not really, it's always kind of like the same kind of dialogue. It could be Thor saying like, hey, good job. Janice, your exploit of light has astonished me. Yeah, he says the same thing. The fact that I knew that it was Thor. I blush with such praise, Lord. Oh, keep blushing. Keep blushing. I'm kidding. Let's do the conversation with Loki. I do like Loki's design in this game. Ooh, the music changed. Father. In Valhalla, as Janice is thinking of his deceased father, Loki approaches. What are you doing here, Janice? Oh, nothing. Yes, I see. Janice, you were once a member of the knighthood, yes? Yes. You sacrificed yourself to protect them, yes? But how did I thank you? I do not wish to talk about it. Really? But I wanted to ask you more about it. I'm sorry, but no. Oh, what a shame. Yeah, Loki was going to kind of trick him into bad-mouthing. But that's not very godlike, I would say. But then it's Loki, so if any of you knows a little bit about like northern mythology, you know that Loki actually took a big part in Ragnarok. Recaptured the Fort Satori. For platoon, narrow rivers in tiny island mark the Satori region of Asgard. Here lies one of the Aces forts and controls. Oh my god, the northern region is held by terror. Blah blah blah. It is vital to Acer. The fort has been attacked by. Oh my god, it's going too fast. But probably because I read faster than I like with my eyes. Then say it out loud. Has been occupied by enemy forces. Hmm? Okay, that's what he had a fine trap thing. He's so cool looking. Yeah, let's go. Okay. So my boy Janice did good. I'm proud. Yes. They'll win. What did they do? Things go well, I hope. Okay, okay. Preparation of main road, lines of defense. Ordered on special mission. Stop fortress construction. I like that. Well, exploit recognized, because again, like I mentioned before, it's always the same thing. Oh, it's Vidar this time. No, sir, not at all. Okay. All right. Let's see. Stop fortress construction. Belksrue? Wow. Enemies building a fort on the extra hill between Valhalla and Jotunheim. Jotunheim is the equivalent of hell. And Valhalla, obviously, is the heaven. And from what I remember, the Valhalla and Jotunheim, like the two, was it this one? Basically, Asgard, from what I remember, is the world of the living. Valhalla is the land of the gods. Jotunheim is the world of basically hell, like demons. And Yggdrasil, like the tree of life, connects basically the heavens and all the way down to Asgard, the land of the living, but the roots is anchored deep down in Jotunheim. So it's basically the tree of life that connects all. And on that there's a snake, I believe. Yeah, the roots have a snake that lives there. Forgot its name. And on the high top, there's an eagle, from what I remember. And in between, basically being a messenger for just shipping insults, if that makes sense, is a squirrel. That's kind of like as far as I remember. Being like, it's kind of fuzzy. Many are rats. Displeases me not. We must let them control that area. We must prevent this by all means. Fortunately, the fort is not finished. Send out the first platoon to stop that fort. Okay. First platoon sets out for the Valkyrie hill to prevent the construction of the fort. Yeah, let's go. So it's kind of like a small snippet of things ordered on special mission. What is the special mission, and who gave you the order? Phew, this one here. This book goes on the shelf. And when is asked to clean the storehouse, he sets out to do his best. Okay, I'm done. Whew, I'm tired. Aww. That's good. Keep your place clean. Yes. Okay, Freya, please. Villainous. Yes. Give me news. Okay. He did good. Duty to protect supply troops, inspection of Sunder region, destruction of experiment equipment, carefully checking plans, keeping them deep in the mirage. Okay, hold on. Well, let's start with this again. Like, after some time, I stopped kind of checking this because it's always kind of like the same thing. I'll probably do that eventually. Deep in the mirage, let's go. What happened? Bada Desert. It's been discovered that the Vanir have established a base in the Bada Desert. They have been disguising it thus far with an artificially created mirage. The base cannot be allowed to remain. Okay. Basically, find the base and destroy it. Nice. Carefully checking plans. Ooh, nice music. Like the drums, I like it. Villainous is entrusted with a special task. While it is a very simple task, Villainous investigates it thoroughly and confirms the plan. I have to make doubly sure. One cannot be too careful. Yes. Absolutely. Okay. So our team did good. I'm happy. It is magnificent. Yes, give me money. Okay, what do you give? Holy Grail. Auto item. Ooh, reflex sorcery. Darkness arrow. Firestorm. Okay, Radiant sword is interesting. Okay, hold on. Oh, let me get my notepad. Sorry. I got you. Oh Jesus. I have so. Oh my god. This is me. You hear me like turning the pages. Where the heck? Oh, there we go. More point. All right. Request. Go. So that's chapter 4. So I need hero value of 80. Negotiator. Okay. Trick. Good. Demon intelligence. Hear noise. And I'll take just 2 seconds in the walkthrough to kind of see who is best suited for chapter 4. Chapter 4. Okay, there you go. Anyone can meet the skill requirement for this one. The negotiation aspect can be achieved by equipping someone with the angel lips. Oh, okay. You might want to set up Jalanda at this point, as you've got both. Oh, Nanami and Yume. I don't have Nanami yet. Okay. So Jalanda might be good to be sent there. And then the next one, I'm just kind of curious. Okay. June and Lucian. Okay. Yume. Okay. Okay. Good. So Jalanda is going to be next, which is fine because she almost has like everything up. Okay. So it was the angel lips. I just need to make myself. Oh, this part. Angel lips equipped. There. I'm not sure where I'll get it. Yeah, I can do it for sure. I got you, Freya. Okay, chapter 4. First of all, let me divine item. Let me look. Materials point. No. Radiant sword. I got one. Ooh, feathered. I believe angel lips is just like material gem. What is this? Oh, yeah. Maximum damage. Pearl of Karula. Oh, yeah. Angel lips. There we go. I get one. I'll equip Jalanda immediately. That way I'm sure to not forget. There you go. So she's going to be the one going this time. Let's actually save. Whoop. Not me doing this. Let's save. I'm really looking at the time, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to stop after. Depend on who, like, who's going to be like the soul that I'll get, and how long the cutscene will last. Soul. Ooh, I like her. Yeah. Oh my god, I love this character. Is this Vilnor? Yeah. It's going to be Isle, yeah. Where? Oh, Vilnor is up north. Should be here. No, it's Coriander. What the? Oh no. Not me. There we go. Vilnor. Let's go. She's the best Lancer. I love her. Oh my god. She can replace Loffer anytime. How tedious. I don't care how many times you ask, I'm not going to answer. Ooh, the face change is so nice. Who are you? I'm a chooser of the slain, a Valkyrie. Next comes the death goddess. It's too bad, but I'm not going to. Oh, leave me alone. It's too bad, but I'm not going to die. You do not sound like the same woman who was weakly dying moments before. But if you wish. Ooh. Even Lord Gandar's subjugation spell has no effect. Gandar! They say that those with the dragon's blood are strong against magic. But do you resist this much? Yep. Dragon gem. That's just folklore. Do you not agree with me? Have you discovered yet yourself? It is the search. It is the search, not the discovery, which is the truest pleasure. Don't you agree? The heck? Yeah, it implies that it's been going on for days and days. Or torture and everything. She refuses to eat. She's just about at her limit. Are you ready to talk? You slimy scum. If you want more, there's plenty left to give. Yeah, he's a mage. And she died. Ooh. I'm sorry. What the heck? The lag at the worst moment. Your gods on you. I love it. The way that she asked the question. That's why I love her so much. Oh yeah. Because she died with information. Yep. We will remember him. Don't worry. Okay. We now have Aelia. She is amazing. I'm probably going to be trash at using her. Let's kind of look at her profile first. On green. Lofer. Wow, not the sound. Yume. A maiden of the mermaid people. She's about to change into human form whenever she desires. She was raised to be wary of the people, but always tried to appear cheerful. Hers is somewhat a sad and tragic life. Yeah. She's 16. Get that out of here. 24. 14. 20. 26. The heck? Hell yeah! Race Dragonian. Yeah, she's basically half dragon. She's 25 from Jeroboam. I do like her a lot. Whether by choice or fate is unknown, but due to the power of the dragon gem, she's able to transform into a dragon. However, she has not yet realized that her shapeshifting, a form of necromancy, is robbing her of her own identity. Okay. And already, I just want to see, what level is she? 12. Okay. She's probably going to be with June or something. Okay, let's do this. The next one. I do have a little bit of time left. Okay, that's a dungeon. Let's see which one is going to pop up first. Black Dream Tower. Okay. Next one. Ooh. Who is that? That's Nanami. I think, yeah, that's Nanami. Yeah, okay. So I didn't get her earlier, and now I do. So that's cool. Yeah, the timer. Okay, so 1 hour is coming up pretty soon. So let's finish on this one with Hylan. She's also, I like Yume better for mage, but from more that I remember, she's pretty good also. Nanami, are you feeling better? He's so cute. I'm unworthy of your concern. Please, don't say that. A foster father. Take it easy today. Cannot. I must go to the shrine for ascension ceremony. It is my duty, my destiny to inherit the power. Oh no. This time things will go smoothly. I will give you no further cause to worry. Honored father. Something is up. This one I kind of forgot what happened. Did Nanami go already? Yes. Why did you let her go? Surely you haven't forgotten what misfortune will befall her if she proceeds with the ascension ceremony. It'll be a disaster. A girl who is not of our blood cannot hope to ascend to such power. Should not be of our blood, but we always thought of her as our real daughter. Aww. So Minayo must have been their real kid. But, you know, unfortunately passed. Another graphic being messed up. That raises such good questions. Something more important than blood. Sacred Sword, Dragonbane. What's that light? Oh. Sorrowful spirit, death has brought you no peace. Oh. Oh. And I believe that she's super young too, from what I remember. God damn. Yeah, she switched place, gave her soul away for the other ghosts to take, over her body and go back to her parents. That is freaking tragic. Let me read that before we end this episode here. June. Hold on. A young man from the land of Yamato. He wields two swords in a style of his own. His goal is to find a miracle drug that will cure his beloved sister, Ai, of her blindness. His life is devoted solely to his sister, whom he cherishes. Oh yeah, Yume. Nanami. How old are you? She's 17. Can you imagine being 17 and go like, I'm going to trade my place with someone who's dead? Let's see. After both her parents died, she was adopted by a Shinto priest and chosen to inherit the shrine duties. Her upbringing has left her honest and self-sacrificing, I can say that again, but also fatalistic and resigned to the vicissitudes of fate. Yeah, that's kind of a default. Like, it's not a good trait. All right, we are at the end of the recording. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's been a blast. I'll continue, the rest of, because there's someone else and we're supposed to recruit this chapter, so I'm kind of curious in who, like, if she's going to pop up or not. And yeah, so thank you so much again for being here, for supporting me and watching me do the YouTube thing. Pew pew. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.